Alright guys, welcome to Suffering. We're gonna have a look at Haunted Castle. So which is the worst Castlevania game? That is a question that has been asked many times. And the answer is, it's this one. This game fucking sucks. It sucked back then, and it sucks now. And the reason it sucks, well, let's go through it. We are playing the game now on the PS4 Arcade Collection. And originally in this game you have only one life bar and no continues. I'm talking about even in the arcade. So even if you put money in the machine, the game would not let you continue. You would always have to start over from stage 1, no matter where you lost your one and only life. And of course you can't beat the game like that, so what you want to do, you want to pick up the arcade collection. Actually no, scratch that, you don't want to pick that up. But if you by some accident do pick it up, or it's gifted to you, then you want to play the Japanese version and set the difficulty to easy and then change the continue option to enable, so that you are allowed to continue when you die. If you use those settings, at least you can get through the game, and that's what we're doing here. The problem with that is that it makes the game too easy. So basically you got two settings, you got impossible or you got too easy. And if you spend some time tweaking the settings and stuff, I guess you can find some balance, but just trust me, it's not worth it for this game. Now this game was originally an arcade game, and arcade games weren't really meant to be beaten. You're not supposed to just step up to an arcade machine, put in a quarter and beat the game. These games were designed to steal your money. That's basically all they wanted to do. You had some change in your pocket, and the game wants it. And the games are designed so that they start pretty fair, and then they get more and more bullshitty as they go on. And then by the time you reach the end, you're just like pushing quarters like a fucking maniac. Well, that's how it was back then, you know. Maybe you had a couple of quarters left in the pocket. Maybe you wanted to play a round of Mortal Kombat or Street Fighter 2, you know, in the neighboring arcade cabinet. This game's like, fuck that, you're gonna put all your quarters into this game. Kid. It puts the money in the cabinet. If you play games like House of the Dead arcade, then you probably know what I'm talking about. When you reach the last boss in House of the Dead, it's like a total bullet sponge, like it won't go down. And you just die and die and die and then continue, insert coin. That's fucking ruthless. But anyway, let's talk about this game, Haunted Castle. I'm trying to avoid talking about it because I just get sick looking at it. It's ugly. And I don't mean just for the time, it's just ugly in general. The character design is ugly. Skeletons are ugly. The mermen are ugly. We haven't seen them yet, but it's gonna be flea men, and guess what? They're gonna be fugly. Pretty unappealing game, you know, simplistic. It's only one layer in the background. They probably could have done better. This was the arcade. And this was released after Castlevania 1 and 2 on the NES. So for sure they knew how to make a good Castlevania game if they felt like it. Castlevania 1 is way superior to this one. But of course you got shit people in this one. So I guess you got that. Gonna fight those shit men. I guess the music is somewhat decent. It's not among the series' best, but it's alright. Especially the first stage, you know, Crucifix Held Close. That's a pretty sweet tune. A skeleton. Looks like they're doing some kind of dance number. Now the boss is coming up here. And as you will notice with this game design, it's not very friendly. And if you don't kill these enemies, they will follow you into the boss room and keep fighting you as you are trying to fight the boss. I mean, you can have skeletons throwing bones at you while you fight this guy. Look at this, fucking bat doesn't even have the common decency of despawning itself. Yeah, we cheesed him hard with the stopwatch. So basically, if you want to get through this game, you're gonna use the stopwatch. But of course it's not fun to play like that, so we're gonna pick up something else. And look, if you are a very skilled player, you might make it here playing fair and square, you know, stage 1, stage 2, that is possible, I'll give you that. But this stage, there ain't no goddamn way you're getting through this one alive. Look at this flea man here, the worst flea man in the series. Just juggling poor Belmont like a rag doll. I mean, it's fucking embarrassing, you know. I remember when Belmont was a strong hero. But anyway, I pushed a button here which refills your life bar. That is something that you can do 2 or 3 times. I guess that's like the equivalent of having lives. But after that, that runs out, and then you're gonna die. Now we are in some parallel dimension fighting topless harpies, which would be alright, except that we don't have any upward weapon. I mean, we can't reach these fucking bitches. And to my knowledge, we don't have any sub-weapon that shoots upwards in this game. Cutlery and knives and stuff, you can try to dodge them, guess what, it's not gonna work. This game is just fucking possible. I mean, look, you can try to hit the enemies, doesn't matter, you're gonna take damage. You can try to jump over them, that doesn't work either, you're gonna take damage. No matter what you do, you're gonna take damage. And the reason for that, just like everything else in the world, money. You're not gonna leave the arcade with change left in your pocket. You're gonna pump your last quarter into this ruthless machine. This greedy beast that didn't even have the decency to make a good game. And this flea man just took a shit on my head. That's how it feels playing this game. This stage is actually easy. For some reason the last stage was a lot harder. This stage is no problem at all, it's just the mummies look a bit ugly. But if you can get over that, it's not bad. So yeah, that's a strike against the difficulty curve, you know, it doesn't even get progressively harder. The stages seem to be like kinda random in the order. The color brown is prominent. I mean, dare I say, shit brown? Look at the background. The torches don't even have animations. It's just a still picture. It's a fucking disgrace. Pretty shocking that they actually released it at all on the PS4, you know, the arcade classics. I mean, who the hell wants to play this? Well, I guess it's part of history, you know. It's part of Castlevania history and a reminder that not all the games were good. Well, let's try to focus on the positive. You just got stuck in the wall there. I don't know, I can't really think of anything positive to say about it. Graphics are ugly, controls are bad, challenge is stupid. Even though I picked it up for about $3 or $4 on PS4, I still regret it. It was like I could have bought some milk and butter or something for that money. So here you get attacked by a pile of dirt. Like, who's this flinging dirt at me? I mean, I hope it's dirt. We are fighting the shit man here, Mr. Hanky's uncle. The Great Mighty Pooh. And by this time we don't even get a death animation or anything. I guess the programmers just figure that no one's gonna play this piece of shit this far anyway. Now, if you by any chance do have a couple of quarters saved up, well, you're gonna spend them now. Because this section here is total bullshit. Heartless, soulless, just a greedy section. The longer you play the game, the more clear it becomes that this game was not meant to be beaten. You're meant to play the first or perhaps the second stage and then, you know, curse and kick the machine and then walk away. It's fucking hopeless. You can try to dodge as much as you want, but it's not gonna work. The control is just too sluggish. And the Belmont sprite is just too large. I mean, he will take hits from anything. It just shows you how wrong things can go, even with good intentions. So now for some reason we died. I guess we used up our healing opportunity. But we don't have to go back to stage 1 because we enabled continue, so we can continue from here. Well, I mean, it's like pick your poison. Either you can have a game that's impossible or you can have a game that's too easy. This game just doesn't get anything right. I mean, Frankenstein looks pretty cool, but how the fuck are you gonna dodge the ceiling like that when it covers the whole screen? Alright, so now they saved the worst for last. I mean, if you think you've seen some shit, you ain't seen nothing yet compared to this. This crumbling bridge with bats. Sort of a series tradition. So you got two options here. You can either hit the bats or you can jump over them. And the problem is, if you hit them, you're forced to make a little pause, and then the collapsing bridge is gonna catch up to you. You're gonna fall down, you're gonna die. You're gonna start over. So the second option is to jump over the bats, which we will soon be forced to do, and that's not gonna work either. You know, simply because the game sucks. Now look at this. Simon Belmont, the proud hero of Transylvania. Oh. I wonder if the villagers are cheering him on from down below. Like, you can do it, Simon. You can do it. Show 'em where you come from. So, I mean, we can't afford to stop and hit anymore, so we're just gonna be juggled all through Transylvania. Like a fucking dummy. And by the way, do you think they made this fucking bridge long enough? I mean, what do you think? It's like it never ends. And then, right after that, you think, oh, we finally entered Dracula's castle. I wonder what the layout is gonna be. Is it gonna be like Symphony of the Night? Like different areas? Oh, wait. Here's Dracula's room already. Okay. Nice design. He just lives right inside the front gate. And I don't know, Symphony of the Night would be a pretty short game if it was like that. Well, this boss is not too hard compared to all the other bullshit. The only question I have is like, why does the second phase have this kind of Gordon Gekko Wall Street backslick? Well, his face melted off, I guess. And we rescued our girl, I reckon. Pretty awful game. No thank you, I don't want to play it again.